Finally, the only thing left to be done is to capture the essential life data from your counterpart. Then you'll be complete, my hyper-metal Sonic. When you awaken, kill him!
Sonic the Fighter's Metal Sonic. This is a plush review from Orange Hedgehog 2012. Welcome back everybody, and once again I will be doing a plush review. So in this video I'm going to be doing a plush review and showcase on my Sonic the Fighter's Metal Sonic plush from 1996/1997. This is probably one of the most rarest plushes I do have in my collection. And trust me, there is more. So stick around for that, because I will be doing probably an unboxing of that, a very special plush indeed. And it will probably be one of the most rarest plushes that I do have in my collection. Not to mention the most expensive. So yeah, this is not the most expensive plush that I do have in my collection, but it is, you know, it's not cheap, put it that way. But it's definitely up there in the top 10 of Sonic collectibles to have in your collection. So yeah, I did a plush review on my previous Sonic the Fighter's plushies, so I will put a link in the description if you want to check out my other Sonic the Fighter plush reviews. I might decide to do like a re-review on my older ones, especially for Sonic and Tails, because I'm not quite sure how those videos are, but the actual quality could do with, you know, bunking up a bit. So yeah, and yeah, this is going to be my take on what I think of this plush, and yeah, just give you my thoughts and give you obviously some close-ups. And yeah, so without further ado, what say we get this sexy bad boy underway. So this guy measures about 10 inches tall, as you can see there, which is around about the same size as all the other Fighter plushies, although they do vary in height, but they are mostly around about the 10-inch mark. And this, if you're a big Sonic the Fighters fan, and obviously you are looking to collect these plushies, they are probably #1 on the collector's list, and yeah, the most expensive and rare. Not all of them, you do find some that are sort of within a reasonable amount. I'm not talking like $50 or even 20, as small as $20. You're probably talking about, for the lower end ones and more common ones such as Sonic, Tails, Knuckles and Amy, the 4 main characters, price wise you're probably talking about $200 to $300, possibly even more, depending obviously on the seller and condition and whatnot. But there have been the more common ones available on ebay.com. Funnily enough, the ones that I got have been a mixture really. My Amy and the Metal Sonic that you see here, and also, what was the other one that I got? I got from a seller in Italy, which seems a bit like really out of the blue, because obviously you expect to get these items from either Japan or from like ebay.com America, and on the rare occasion from the UK. But yeah, as I mentioned before, I got this from a seller in Italy, and the story behind this is that I actually bought a plush from him. The first one I bought was Amy, which was a really good price. I was really quite surprised. I got her quite cheaply. And also the other, I've got, actually no, tell a lie, I've got 2 others. I've got a total of 4 plushes from this seller. The first one was Amy, and then the second one was Bark the Polar Bear, and then Eggman, and obviously the one that you see here. And yeah, I just sent him a message and asked him if he had any more of these fighter plushies, and funnily enough he did. He mentioned that he would obviously be getting Metal here and also Dr. Eggman, which I bought off him because Eggman obviously I think is on the lower end. He's more like, you know, more common, and he's not gonna be as expensive as say like Supersonic or Metal Sonic or the other lesser known characters like Bean and Bark and stuff. Yeah, sorry if I'm going on a bit here, but I just thought I'd give you guys some information on these plushies. So probably Metal Sonic is I think the most unique plush out of this set. The reason being obviously because all the other guys are made from like plush material, and Metal Sonic is made from vinyl. Now if you're a collector like myself, that you know that some of these plushies do carry you know, some of their features, especially on their shoes, is vinyl. Now I don't know, obviously they must have used a different vinyl material, especially for the Sonic Adventure 2 series, because I've never seen any vinyl damage to them plushies. I do have obviously like Rouge and Sonic in his soap shoes. They haven't incurred any damage, obviously apart from the normal sort of wear with obviously the silver sort of tarnishing over time. But with the Sonic Adventure, they're very susceptible to vinyl cracking and peeling. And this is exactly what's happening with Metal here. As you see, he's not in perfect condition, I will show you, although I'm trying not to handle him as much. Because even, I mean, bearing in mind this plush is like, what, 20 years old? This was probably made at about 97. So nearly 20 years old, 19 years old. Let's just say 20 nearly. And he's not in bad condition, but obviously there are areas where the vinyl has come away a lot. I would try and show you, obviously I'm trying to sort of pick, the silver parts are not too bad, it's mostly the actual blue part and obviously the yellow there. But for this video I'm going to show you guys and try and handle him, try not to handle him too much, because I'll show very quickly, even just touching him with my fingers. Now I don't know if you'll be able to make that out, try not to get metal in too much. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. I might have to go out a bit. You can see there's a speck right there where the actual and little specks on my finger, especially on my thumb as well. I'll show you probably a bit later where the actual vinyl is coming off. But yeah, I must admit actually that this plush in particular I wasn't really interested in at all. Obviously because of the vinyl issue, and it looked a bit like it was mainly the vinyl that really put me off. But at the same time I thought if I ever do come across one in a reasonable sort of like price, that's something that I would love to have in the collection. What I'll probably do, if I sit him down first, got the tag in the way. I'm trying to be as careful as possible. Yeah, it's not that good. So I'll try and show you. There you go, you can see the actual vinyl. It feels very like sticky, tacky. Yeah, not that great to be honest. Ugh. So let's get this back into focus. And what I'll probably do actually is take it off the tripod. It can be a bit difficult as well trying to get metal to lay down. Obviously because you've got his sort of engine air vent thingy on his back. Just wipe down my hands. Oh, this is horrible. But it needs to be done. So yeah, just to show you his head, as you can see, over time where this vinyl has tarnished, you can see the actual main body of the fabric showing through. Now I assume when this was brand new it was kind of like sort of, I'll just show you here, this sort of silver, not probably exactly, but if you look here I've got this Kelly Toy silver plush. It was a lot like this perhaps, maybe very shiny. If I show you sort of one of his quills, you can see at the actual, you can see the fabric is very similar to metal Sonic there, and it was a lot thickly layered perhaps, and obviously you can see this over time has become tarnished and yeah, not in a fantastic condition. But you can see how he's been made. It's really interesting because the black here for his eyes made from like a felt material. There we go. And the eyes themselves, they're plastic. But it's almost like it's made from the same material as this. But obviously, I could be wrong. I'll just try and show you like maybe a side profile. You can see there the actual underlay of the actual eyes, but it's really interesting. It's a really unique, rather than being sort of really hard plastic like you do with the other ones. I'll just lay him on his side, it might be easier to show you that way. But you can see the reflection, and this is printed, the black sort of pupil. Try and give you yeah, it's really strange. It's a really unique sort of material they've used. And the ears are same again, made from felt, but obviously yellow, and you can see the actual stitching detail. It's really quite nice. I do prefer this sort of style rather than having the actual felt cut and then stuck on. They've actually secured it in place and they've stitched around it, and as you can see the vinyl has obviously come off the body and gone onto the in section of his ear. He has his gold hang string. Now if I can try and get a close-up, you might be able to see. You can probably see along down there, as you can see there's a section there where the actual vinyl has come off completely. But it's a really cool plush though. His nose, you can see the actual detail to, I'll try and maybe put him on his side. There we go. The what they've done is almost like, I think they've used maybe cardboard, circular piece. Now you can actually see some fragments of the original shiny sort of vinyl. I may back up a bit. It's literally like at the top there. It might be a bit difficult to see with my camera, but it's a lot more shinier. Now I don't know if this is part of the actual Plush's features, but I've noticed around his muzzle it could be maybe staining. There's almost like a line going around. You can see like there. It could be maybe part of the plush, I'm not entirely sure. Just grab his nose, flip him on his front again. You can see the actual detail and how this plush has been made. And the body to metal. Really interesting. Not entirely sure because I don't want to get my fingers too far down there. Maybe I could try and show you. Not entirely sure what the black, I think it's essentially like maybe printed black. You've got the same like sort of fabric underneath, but yeah, it's a shame maybe they could have made it gold, but I mean it is what it is, and I think it's really cool. Nice detail there. Now as for the arms of metal, you've got these almost like this detail here, and as you can see it's got this three-dimensional look. He's almost like shoulder pads or the part of his design. Now as his fingers are in quite bad condition. You can see the actual silver vinyl has come off completely, and it could be maybe the glue that's made it gone a bit like yellow and a bit sort of tarnished. The actual fingers, as you can see, have split. I assume maybe these were glued, I'm not entirely sure. To show you the other side as well, and same again, the fingers are in fantastic condition. Oh blimey, I'm going to try and place him without him toppling over completely. You can see detail at the back of his ears. and the stitch work. Really nice. You can see his bolt at the side. Very nice. If I flip him back on his front, and you can see his leg design. So you've got one section here silver, then the rest is that sort of metallic blue. I really do love how they've executed this plush. This is probably the most accurate. I do have two other Sonic, well, Metal Sonic plushes that I'll show you in a moment. Now as for his shoes, same again, it's got that interesting sort of detail there. But same again, it's made from, well, it's applied or coated with this red vinyl. And as you can see, the actual, some of the silver has gone onto the red section there. If I try and flip on his side, I'll try to. You can see over time the silver has come off. I think it might be the glue that's maybe let it go, sort of almost this sort of dirty, sort of tarnished look. But it's a really nice, interesting bit of detail there. And what I've noticed about these plushes in particular is obviously these are sitting. The vinyl does tend to come off from the back of his legs. You might be able to see there, and then come off, as you can see there, which is quite common with these plushes, I've noticed, especially at the back as well. You can see, and if I just show you the back, it's really not very nice because it's very like as I mentioned, sticky and tacky, which is a real shame. You can see his air vent thing at the back and where a lot of the vinyl has come off. But it's really nice to have his original tush tag and paper tag, which has been attached, as you can see. The actual tag is a bit bent and creased, and obviously where some of the vinyl, I don't think this plush was kept in very good conditions. It's obviously been kept in a very humid atmosphere, which is probably why that's contributed to the decline in his condition. But here's what the Sonic the Fighter tags look like. And at the back, I'll show you what, as you can see, a lot of the vinyl has come off. And I'll show you the tush tag very carefully. If I grab his nose, I'll flip on his side, you can see the tush tag there, Sonic the Fighters, copyright Sega 1996. If I flip it over, you've got the Sega logo, and this was made in 1997. Same as when the Sega Prize, the Sega World Sydney guys came out. Try and lay him again on his side. Just try and show you some more detail. The actual hood. Really cool. It's a shame as well because the sun's not out today, so it would have been much better if I could show the detail. But I've been hanging this guy up, and I don't know if it's I'm trying to sort of find a way if I can hang this guy up in my cabinet with one of those suction cup hook things, to show you a front. To show you the stitch work. Also, you can get a look at the actual vinyl. Yeah, I think that's really it. That's pretty much it there. And what I have to say, if I sort of get him back on his back, you can see. If I try and lift his hood up, you can, well, try and see the back of his head. What I might do very quickly is get the light on and show you, see if you can get a better look. That's much better. You can get a better look at the actual plush and also the metallic vinyl. Very nice. To show you the actual, some of the stitchwork detail. To show you the back of him. Yeah, it's a real shame about the vinyl. The back of his legs, his shoes. And if I try and get him on his side, you've got the top. Moving down to his body. You can see the actual, I'll try and get that back in focus. That's better. You can see how metallic this plush actually is. If I show you the front of him. His eyes, his nose, fingers, back down to his shoes. I'll show you again. Up close, and also his eyes. The actual felt part to him, and also his ears. And lastly, I'll show you his fingers. And yeah, there we have it really. That's all I've got to say really on my Sonic the Fighters Metal Sonic plush. So I try and get him, there we go. Okay guys, that's it really, my showcase and kind of review there on my 1997 Sonic the Fighters Metal Sonic plush there from Orange Hedgehog 2012. So stick around because I will be uploading a very special plush unboxing and showcase and review. Yeah, from the Sonic the Fighters series as well, which will be my last. Yeah, trust me. So I hope you enjoyed this showcase on this very interesting plush here. So as always guys, take care of yourselves and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye. So silly old me forgot to show you before I ended the video on the other variations of Metal Sonic plushes that have been released. The only one I don't have is the Great Eastern one. I may decide to get that guy at a later stage and do a review, but at the moment I'm not really bothered. So we have the main awesome one there in the centre. Left we have the Jazzwares one, which is okay, I guess. That one there. And on the right we have the newer Sonic Boom Tomy Metal Sonic plush. Really do like that one. It's really encapsulated. It's really captured, I'd say. Yeah, the very sort of lightness of Metal Sonic there. Really do like that. That's probably that's the more budget end one, I would say. Really cool. So yeah, that's it really there guys. So as always, thanks for watching and take care. Bye.